What's up, everybody? This is A Force of Nature, Spiritual Awakening, and today we will be discussing my personal experience dating an Aquarius. Okay, so when it comes to my experience dating an Aquarius, okay, and I was married to an Aquarius, okay, before I even jump into this, I am going to just let you know a little bit about this Aquarius when it comes to the moon sign, Mercury, and so on and so on. However, I do not have his time. Okay, so usually when I don't have the time, I do not go into the houses. However, I will go off of the aspects as well as Sun in Aries. Sun in Aquarius, and so on. Okay, so this Aquarius man that I dated and was married to is a Sun in Aquarius, Moon in Pisces, Mercury in Capricorn, Venus in Pisces, Mars in Pisces, Jupiter in Sagittarius, Saturn in Scorpio, Uranus in Sagittarius, Neptune in Sagittarius, Pluto in Libra, North Node in Cancer, Lilith in Capricorn, Chiron in Taurus, Part of Fortune in Scorpio, Vertex in Gemini. So when it comes to the aspects, he has Sun sextile Neptune, Sun trine Pluto, Moon squared Jupiter, Moon trine Saturn, Moon squared Uranus, Moon trine Pluto, Mercury squared Saturn, Mercury squared Pluto, Venus conjunct Mars, Jupiter conjunct Uranus, Saturn conjunct Pluto, Neptune sextile Pluto. Okay, his Juno is in Aquarius, his Psyche is in Scorpio. So when I do not know somebody's time, and when it comes to the birth chart and things like that, what you can also do is, to get the most accurate house placements, is put their chart at a time which would be 12 a.m. Okay, definitely the times are important because it's going to shift and also give you your ascendant and straighten up your houses and things like that. Okay, so that's exactly what I did with this particular chart, and it made him a Scorpio ascendant. All right, I'm not going into the houses. So let's jump into this. So when it comes to this particular relationship, I got with him when I was 15 years old. He was also 15. And at first, I didn't think he was my type. Okay, we went to the same school, we're from the same hood, clearly. But I did not think that we was compatible. Okay. So he liked me. My friends told me, oh, he liked you, he's into you, things like that. But I didn't think he was my type. So what ends up happening is that eventually we end up going out. Why? Because he was persistent. Okay. You see, he has a lot of Pisces placements. Pisces are persistent like that. Okay. When they want something, they want it. And they will do a lot of things in order to get it. So I saw that he would always come to my class room, carry my book bag, want to carry my books, walk me to my class and things like that. Really, really nice and stuff like that. Okay. To me. So we end up going out. All right. So we was together when we was 15 years old. So of course he was my first love. And what ended up happening is that he was in a gang. Okay. So he was like one of those kind of kids that was going through a lot of different things in his life. Okay. And he wanted to be a part of something. So because of that, okay, he was in and out of jail. Okay. So we was 15 years old. He ends up getting locked up for 3 months. Okay. Then he comes home. And he's home for about 3, 4, 5 months. Then he get locked up again. And he gets locked up for 4 years. And then he comes home. Okay? So it's a lot going on here. All right? However, what I'm trying to say is that in this relationship, I definitely was the type of person that is a ride or die person. So I rode out the bid with him the first time, the second time, and also the third time that I didn't mention yet. Okay, so yes, he went upstate and did time and all of that. I went up on visits and things like that. Okay, now the first 2 years that he was in jail, I was faithful. Okay, I was young, you know what I'm saying? So definitely wasn't doing all those type of things. But of course, he was going for 4 years. So then when it started hitting the 2 year mark, I met somebody else. Okay, liked him, thought he was cool. Okay, and me and him started dealing with each other, not in a relationship, more like we cool and we hang out and we do what we do. Okay, but I did like him, the other guy. Okay, now the Aquarius is coming home. Okay, so now I have to cut off what I got going on with the other guy, which is actually a Taurus. Okay, Sun in Taurus. Anyway, so now the Aquarius comes home and doing all different types of things, cheating. Okay, which I already knew he was going to come home and cheat. Okay, I knew he was going to come home and do that. I didn't think he was going to come home and start liking anybody else. But that's exactly what it started being. Okay, we got with a girl, started liking her, things like that. I had to beat her ass up. Okay, and while we're talking about just fighting in general, okay, yes, I am a fighter. I always have been one. In my adult life, I try to stay away from situations where I have to put my hands on people. Okay, a lot of times I feel like people want me to slap them. A lot of times I would think that people want me to hit them and do things like that because the way that they're speaking and talking to me is in ways that I'm not going to allow you to do. Okay, but now that I'm grown and older, because of course, you know, with these ages, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, okay, all of this is going to be something completely different because you're full of so much more energy and you're ready all the time. I'm always ready, even right now. But the thing is, I try to avoid situations that's going to place me in a predicament where I might have to go to jail. Okay, so anyway, jumping back into him. So when he was in jail, um, he would write other women, have other women come see him. Okay, he was also a cheater. Okay, also a cheater. But in this particular relationship, it was a lot of tit for tat going on. Okay, you hurt me, I hurt you. You cheated on me, I cheat on you. Okay, a lot of this was going on in this particular relationship. Now, when I actually do our synastry chart, we actually have a pretty good synastry chart. Okay, and this is the thing about synastry charts that I be trying to tell people. You can have a bunch of things that are good and have a couple of things that are not so good, and those things can overpower the relationship. Okay, so you're going to have to use your discernment when you're doing a synastry chart, a composite chart, or even a Davidson chart. Okay, because things are never going to be perfect, period. They're just not. Anyway, okay, so yeah, he had women coming up there to see him when he was in the county and when he was upstate. Um, So this is an issue to me, okay? I had a couple of fights because of him. Had potential about to be fights because of him as well. And we're going to get into those things. So when he came home from jail, and me and my homegirl rode all the way upstate, took about, I don't know, about 7 hours to get there, or 8 to get there, to get him, okay? And he came home. Everything was okay and cool, and, you know, we had a good time. Okay, about 2 weeks later, he was cheating. Okay, with a girl that he was acting like was his homegirl. And she really wasn't. All right, now I know the girl personally and things like that because she's from the hood. So that means she knows me, which means she knows what it was and what it is and all of that. So what ends up happening is that everything comes to light. I confront him. He's lying. I confront him. He's lying. Okay, we get into an argument, and now he tells the truth, and he says, "Yeah, well, you cheated on me, and da 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 da, and da 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 da." Okay, yeah. Mind you, before he even ever got locked up, okay, he had his ex-girlfriend and her homegirl spend the night at his house. Okay, and we were young. His grandmother had went away on a little trip, and that's what happened. Okay, so you've been doing shit anyway. You see what I'm saying? You've been doing little sneaky shit. Telling me nothing happened, they didn't have nowhere to go, and all of this other stuff, whatever. So he comes home, he cheats, and we get back together. Okay, this is what happens. We get back together. So now when we get back together, what ends up happening is that he's still messing with the girl again. Okay, still messing with her and things like that. What ends up happening, she ends up becoming pregnant. Okay, saying it's his baby and things like that. So when it was that time in my life, we would I would hang out with him and try to still be with him. But I knew that if he had this child with this woman, which was yeah, she was a woman, which with this woman at this point in time, I'm not going to be able to continue this relationship. So at this time, I was about 20. Okay, I was like 19, just turned 20, and he was already 20. So, before that, before she even said that she was pregnant, okay, me and her had a fight. Okay, she knew who I was and things like that, and we had a conversation on the phone. She told me he's a grown man, he can do what he wants to do. I told her ass, I'm on your block. Okay, come outside. She came outside. The whole block comes outside. All right, they're trying to stop it, but everybody knows us. You know what I'm saying? Because we're from the same hood. And I said to my friends that live on her block, I said, well, you know what? Might as well let it go down now, because if you don't let it go down now, when it comes to the fighting thing, I am going to catch her anywhere I'm at, like it's going to be on site. So we had a fight, okay? And it was real big and real major, because police was called. Okay, police was looking for me. That particular day, I had on a red shirt and had on red and things. Okay, and they was like, yeah, we're looking for it, you know, pretty much me. And I'm like, oh yeah, she went down there. Yeah, she got on a red shirt and stuff like that or whatever. They knew I was lying. The police knew I was lying or whatever. But I ain't gonna say, here I am, take me. Okay, but that was a scenario. So what ends up happening is that she ends up becoming pregnant, and she did not keep the baby. Okay, but he always wanted kids, a lot of kids. Okay, and today I'm going to be 40. Not today, but in July I'm going to be 40, and I still don't have kids. And he has 4 by 4 different women. Okay, so we get past that whole little thing, which was difficult to get through, okay, because I felt played and all different types of things like that. And we end up getting married, okay. Now, before we end up getting married, what ends up happening is that the girl's pregnant. My biological father died when I was 7, okay, and my mother remarried my other father, right? And he passes away while all of this stuff goes on and takes place. So definitely my ex-husband, well, he wasn't my husband at the time, but he was there for me. He was supportive, okay, every step of the way when it came to that. The girl that he had pregnant, and so-called girl he had pregnant, because we don't know if it was really his to this damn day, because you didn't keep it and you had a man any goddamn way. All right, but let's just say the girl that was pregnant by him decided to get an abortion. All right. And her reasons for it was clearly because she felt like he was there for me, and he, you know, he needed to be there for me, or whatever the hell she was saying. This is what she was saying. Like, she knew he wasn't leaving me is what she was really wanting to say, but she was saying other things. Okay. Now, in this relationship, everybody knew that this was my man and I was his girl. Okay. because we had that kind of relationship. Okay, both of us are very known in the hood. Okay, highly respected in the hood as well. So after my father passes away, about maybe a couple of months after that, me and him end up getting married. Okay, and mind you, I was with him from 15 all the way until I was the age 23. Okay, we got married when we was 20, so like I said, turning 21. Remember, I told you all of this was going on when I was 19, turning 20, and he was already 20. You see what I'm saying? But we did get married. I was still 20 when we got married, and he was 21 already because his birthday is um, in February. Okay, okay. And as a matter of fact, his birthday is actually on Valentine's Day. So let's just keep on going with this. So when we're talking about how much time is on here, okay. So when we're just talking about this, we get married, and things are not really working out. Okay, they're not really working out. I mean, it's times when it is, it's times when it's not. Okay, he starts talking to this girl again. Okay, and one thing about me is, I'm a firm believer that if you think you could do it, so can I. I don't have all of this, oh, you're a woman and you should. I don't give a fuck about things like that. Anybody could, I don't care. Okay, so he started talking to her, chilling with her, and things like that, saying this is his friend again. No, she is not your friend. She's somebody that you cheated on me with, acted like she was your friend. Okay, knocked her up, and then you want me to think that y'all cool. Y'all not cool. Okay, so if you're gonna be cool with her and have sex with her, I'm gonna do me. This is the shit. Okay, so a lot of things went on and took place in this relationship. Okay, of course she wasn't the only person that he has dealt with when it came to our relationship. Okay, I also did have a fight with another girl when he was in jail because he was writing her and drawing handkerchiefs to her, saying he loves her, and see what I'm saying? And things like that. What I noticed about him is that he was the type of person that would say anything just to get ass. Okay, pretty much. Now, I know, because like I said, he was my husband. I know that he did love me. Okay, I know that he did want to be with me. I do understand that the way that I needed to be loved was not what he was offering, and he wasn't able to do it. Still to this day, even when I look and see the relationships that he have with other people, it's not. I mean, I guess you could say he's in committed relationships, okay, but he doesn't claim them. All right, he claims them to who he wants to claim them to, and denies them to who they wants to deny them to. Okay, baby mothers and all. So pretty much this relationship ended when we was about 23 years old when it comes to being in a relationship. Yes, even after that we had sex and things like that, got up and linked up time to time. Why? Because he's was my husband and I could do what I want to do if I feel like it. All right, but a full-blown relationship again, no, that wasn't going to happen. So now we end up breaking up. Okay, one day we was in the house and he says to me, we get into an argument and he's like, oh, I'm about to get my dick sucked right now. And I'm looking at him like he crazy as hell. He ain't never even said nothing like that to me before. Okay, but I am looking at him like he's crazy. And he walks out the house and he takes the car. And I leave the house. Okay. So when I leave the house, I go to my homegirl's house and things like that. And now I'm making up in my mind that I can't keep being with somebody. You're not going to talk to me like that, all right? And you're damn sure not just going to tell me what you're going to do and then actually do them, okay? Now, I don't know if he really went to do that or not. And it doesn't fucking matter because you said what you said, okay? And that's disrespectful. So what ends up happening is that I end up staying at my grandmother's house, okay? Just to give the relationship some time to cool down or whatever the case may be. But I really started feeling like I cannot be with this person anymore. It started getting a little physical. Also, tussling, pushing each other, slapping each other, punching each other, and things like that started going on too. Okay, so it was a lot of things going on in this relationship. I really think that why these things was going on is because it was a toxic relationship. Yeah, it was love, but it was toxic. Okay, not trusting each other because we were young, and we did do things when we were young, and now we're adults, and people change. Okay, when he came home from jail, he thought that I was going to be the same girl that I was before he left. Okay, but when you left, I was in high school. When you came home, I was out of high school. Okay, so now I'm going to like clubs, I'm going to bars, outside more. Why? Because I could come outside more. And he didn't like it. Okay, very jealous. Had controlling streaks. Okay, anger management issues as well. Okay, it's something that he had going on. Okay, now what ends up happening while we're broken up? We try to work on a relationship and it doesn't work. I come over there and chill, and we chilling and sipping and smoking or whatever's going on. And at the time, I know I wasn't smoking weed, but he was. And it's just not working. It ends up in an argument, and things like that. So to me, I'm like, it's no point. So now we decide we're going to move out of our apartment. And he goes to move straight directly into another woman's house. Okay? So he packing up his stuff. Mind you, you're moving from right here to like down the block and around the corner, like 2 blocks over on the other side. And I'm sure this is the person that sucked his damn dick like he damn said. So now, what ends up happening is that he moves in with her. So, I'd say about 6 months to 7 months of him messing with this girl, she gets pregnant. And now she ends up having his baby. Okay, so me and him never got back together. Okay, and ever since then, he's just been, having different relationships, messing with different women, has a whole bunch of women that he deals with. Okay, I knew that I would not get back with this person. Even after we broke up and he had the baby, okay, we were married now. That was definitely a deal breaker for me. Okay, I cannot do that. And I know that there's people in this life, in this world, that can be in a relationship with somebody that has a baby on them. I'm not one of those people. Why? Because I'm not going to be a good woman to you anymore. I'm not. Okay, we will argue all the time. I know it. I just know it. I just know that will happen. So, and then on top of that, we don't have any children together. So there's nothing for me to fight for when it comes to this relationship. Only thing that there is to fight for is love. And no, I was tired of it. So pretty much in this relationship, it was a lot of hurt feelings. Why? Because it's the person that was my first love. This was the person that I chose to marry first, and vice versa with him. Trying to think of some more things that went on and took place in this relationship. Also, okay, there was a lot of issues going on in this relationship, cheating wise, tit for tat, like I said before. One thing that I didn't like, that I started seeing and noticing it even more, was that he would believe everybody else opposed to me. Okay, I find that strange and odd. If you're in a relationship with somebody, you should be able to trust them. Okay, when you're talking and having a conversation, you should be able to trust the person. And that's something that he really did not trust me. Okay, did not trust me. Believe other people before me. Somebody could tell him something, it's like he believes it off the rip. Almost like it's a fact. Okay, he doesn't ask you a question. He's telling you this is what it is. All of this different type of stuff I didn't like. One day, we were married, and it was my birthday. And we was chilling, having a good time, on the block. My friends was out there, his friends was out there. So me and my homegirls go to the store, and he's like, has the attitude that we're going to the store. Okay, we went to the store to get like cups and things like that, juices for the liquor, things like that. So he calls my phone, and I don't answer the phone. Why? Because I'm in the store. I didn't even hear the phone. I get back on the block, and he acts like I'm cheating on him. Okay, now first of all, everybody's over here. It's my birthday. The party's over here. I went to the store with my friends. You saw that. What do you get mad at? Okay, so he was insecure. Okay, a lot of insecurities within him. And this relationship did not last. It just did not last. And if he did not go to jail, okay, all those times, I don't think that we would have even been together all those years. Because a lot of the years that we was together, he was in jail. Okay, there was a time when he was home, and we were married, and he went to jail again. Got arrested again. He was on parole. Okay, broke parole, whatever. Violated parole. And he had to do 90 days. Okay, now we got an apartment. Now we're married. We have a dog and things like that. And I'm like holding things down. Okay, now he was always the type of person that would always buy me things. Okay, always did things like that. Outfits, clothes, jewelry, stuff like that. Always would do things like that. And he is someone that you could consider a go-getter as well. Okay, make money. He's a rapper also. Okay, rap battles and things like that. Yeah, he's into shit like that. He's a football coach as well. Okay, and he has 4 children. Okay, 4 boys as of today. So he's to my knowledge, from what I hear, a great father. Very much involved in his child's life, his children's lives, which is a great thing. However, when we got married, I don't think that neither one of us looked at the bigger picture of life. I don't think we looked at anything like that. What we looked at was that we loved each other, and we knew we did. We knew we was down for each other, because we was. And that's what kept us together. Outside of that, it was a lot of things that were unbearable. Okay, like I said, one big problem with him was always just women. You know, dealing with them, sneaking off with them, and things like that. Now, when we did live together, he came home. Okay, so I didn't really have those issues. Probably had one night when he came home a little late, like 5 in the morning. You know, he came up with some kind of story. Not sure if it was really true or not. Okay, but he did do a lot. Okay, and both of us did. You know, it wasn't just him, me also. Like I said, we were both younger, and it was a tit for tat thing for me. But when he got the first girl pregnant, when we was boyfriend and girlfriend, I was like, I would break up with him almost every single day. Get back with him, break up with him, get back with him, because I knew I wasn't going to be able to deal with that situation if it was really going to be a situation. Okay, because it was just a deal breaker for me. Having a kid on me, I never did a bid with you. I rode out with you, all of that, and this is what you do to me. Okay, no. So, I think I'm going to leave this on this note for now. In future videos to come, I'll go more into depth into this maybe. Okay, so this is a Force of Nature, Spiritual Awakening. Love is love. Peace and blessings to you all. And I'll see you on the next one.